Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing the topic that cyclone Dana. So the Indian Meteorological Department has recently issued alert for cyclone Dana, and cyclone Dana will be turning into a severe cyclonic storm and will be hitting or proving fatal for the regions like Odisha and West Bengal. So let us first understand the timeline. First we will be looking at the news, then what is cyclone and how cyclone formation takes place, then how cyclones are named, and then the different names of cyclones as or with regard to different regions, and in the end prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from general studies paper 1, that is geography. So the news talks about cyclone Dana to hit Odisha, West Bengal. How and why? How and why cyclones are named. So Drishti IAS has come up with a IAS-GS foundation course for both prelims and mains in an offline mode in English medium, and now the batch will be starting in Indore 13th of November 3:30 p.m. If you have any query, give us a call at 8010440440. So the Indian Meteorological Department has issued an alert for cyclone Dana and has said that low pressure systems are generating over the East Central Bay of Bengal, and this will be intensifying into a severe cyclonic storm, and this is expected to cross Odisha and West Bengal, and once it intensifies it will be named as Dana, and the name Dana has been given by the country Qatar, and it is expected that the wind speeds will hit 120 kilometers per hour or more, and this is the second cyclone in the North Indian Ocean after the cyclone Asna, which took place in August this year, but it was in the Arabian Sea, and the cyclone Dana is generating in the Bay of Bengal. Now look at this map. This is the map of Bay of Bengal, and these are the coastal areas of West Bengal and Odisha, and this is how the cyclone Dana is generating, and this is the trajectory which is predicted. Now let us talk about that what are cyclones. So basically what are cyclones? Cyclones are rapid inward air circulation around a low pressure area. So there is a low pressure area in between which is the prerequisite for the formation of any cyclone, and that low pressure area, around the low pressure area there is circulation, wind circulation or air circulation in a circular or inward direction. It means like this direction is how in an inward direction it takes place. So if we will talk about the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and in the northern hemisphere the cyclone moves in anti-clockwise direction, and in the southern hemisphere it moves into the clockwise direction. So air circulates in anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and in clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. And cyclones, it does not come alone. Cyclones are accompanied by strong winds, storms, heavy rainfall, precipitation, or you can say many a times lightning strikes also takes place, and that is why it becomes very, very dangerous and devastating in nature. And then if we will classify cyclones, then it can be classified into two types, that is tropical cyclone and extratropical cyclone. So when we talk about tropical cyclone, the most common type of cyclone, the tropical cyclone basically takes place in the tropical region, that is between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south. And these are tropical cyclones taking place in tropical regions. They basically need a large water mass for its origin, and then they move towards the coastline of any area. And then if we will talk about the extratropical cyclone, they are also known as the temperate cyclone, and as the name itself is telling, they takes place in the extratropical region and the subtropical region, that is above the area of 30 degree or 35 degree to around 60 to 65 degrees. And they are also very devastating in nature, but they does not specifically need water area to originate. They can also take place on land. Then if we will talk about few of the conditions for the formation of tropical cyclones which are prerequisite in nature, that these conditions needs to be present for the formation of cyclones. So these are, first of all, large sea surface so that it can move and generate and can become big in nature, and then the temperature should be around 27 degrees Celsius or above. It means warm conditions are required. Then the presence of the Coriolis force, because the circular movement of the wind or air, this circular movement of the wind is provided by the Coriolis force, and Coriolis force comes from the rotation of the earth. Then small variations in the vertical wind speed, and this vertical wind speed is what provides the heat and the traction between the upgoing, that is evaporating air, and the condensating water, and that is how the small variation is required, so that the friction and the heat is generated, and then the movement of the cyclone starts. Then a pre-existing weak low pressure area. So this low pressure area is what is also called the eye of the cyclone, and is the most basic thing that is required, because this is the first step from where the formation of the cyclone starts. Then upper divergence above the sea level surface. Now this upper divergence is also important, because this is how the evaporation process starts, and the continuous flow of warm air from liquid to water vapor, and that is how the formation of cyclone tends to go forward. Now let us talk about the cyclone formation. How exactly is the formation of cyclone takes place? So let's start. See, what happens is, imagine this is a water body. So this is water, and as we just came to know that 27 degrees Celsius or above temperature is required for the formation of water. It means that the sun rays are coming, and if the sun rays are coming, what will happen? Evaporation will happen. Evaporation will happen, so the water will evaporate and will turn into water vapors and will go up. And then if it will go up, what will happen? A low pressure will be created here, and if the low pressure will be created in middle, what will happen? Low pressure is created because the evaporation is taking place, so the side by area or the surrounding area will have colder air compared to the low pressure area. So what will happen? The surrounding river, the surrounding air, colder air from the sideways will starts to come into the low pressure zone. So from high pressure zone, the colder air is coming into the low pressure zone, and the continuous evaporation of water is taking place. So the water vapor will go into the upper direction. Now if the water vapor is going into the upper direction, what will happen? Slowly and gradually the formation of clouds will take place. The cumulus cloud will take place, and when the cumulus cloud will take place and this evaporation process will keeps on happening on a continuous basis, then what will happen? The process of condensation will start, and this is when the vapor will turn into liquid, and then the precipitation will take place. Now what will happen when precipitation will take place? Now the evaporation process is continuously taking place, and then the precipitation process will also is taking place on a continuous basis. Now what will happen is that this is going upside, and the precipitation is coming in the downward side. So there will be a friction which will take place, or there will be a heat generation which will take place from the precipitation which is coming from the upper side, and the evaporation which is taking place from the downward side, because this is a continuous process which is happening. So the heat generation will take place. So the heat generation will take place, and this heat generation is what will create the traction, and that is from where the formation of the cyclone starts, and the circular movement is because of the Coriolis force. So I hope the things are clear, and this is a very basic that how the cyclone actually takes place. Now this lower pressure zone which is created is what is called the eye of the cyclone. See, this is the eye of the cyclone. Evaporation is taking place. Evaporation is taking place, then the formation of clouds will take place, then the subsiding air from here, the precipitation will take place in the downward direction. So there will be a friction which will be created, or heat will be generated, and that is how in a circular direction the movement of cyclone takes place. So this is the very basic that how the cyclones take place. Now let us talk about the naming of the cyclone, that how cyclones are named in the Indian Ocean. So basically what happened that in the year 2000, a group of countries which is called WMO and ESCAPE, which stands for World Meteorological Organization, which is WMO, and ESCAPE is United Nations Economic and Socio Commission for Asia and the Pacific. So these are the group of countries which were 8 in number, and these countries were Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Thailand. So these 8 countries, they decided to start naming cyclones in the Indo-Pacific region. Then what they did was they started naming cyclone, and every country started contributing few of the names in the formation of the cyclone. Then what happened was, in the year 2018, 5 more countries were added to the WMO ESCAPE, and these 5 countries were Iran, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE and Yemen. And then in total 189 cyclone names were registered, and every country gave 13 names. So every country, 13 countries suggested 13 names, and that became 169 in number. And these names are released by the IMD, which is the Indian Meteorological Department. So it is basically the WMO ESCAPE countries which gives name to the cyclone, and cyclone Dana naam has been given by the Qatar. Now different names of cyclone in different regions. So in Indian Ocean they are called cyclones. In Atlantic they are called hurricanes. In Australia or Western Australia they are called willy willies, and in Western Pacific and South China Sea they are called typhoons. Now let us come to India's cyclonic corridor. So basically what is happening is around 76% is prone to cyclone and tsunamis. So the area which are very prone to cyclones are basically the coastal areas. So very clearly you can see the blue color, and western coast is less prone as compared to the eastern coast, because this is Arabian Sea and this is Bay of Bengal, and more number of cyclones takes place or originates in the Bay of Bengal. So the eastern coast is more prone as compared to the western coast. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So the question reads, how many countries were added in the WMO ESCAPE in the year 2018? So that is 4, 5, 3 or 7. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.